It's Monday night, so that can only mean one thing at 7 o'clock, and we're on time for a change. Obviously, I'm Scotty, that's Motty, back for another week to talk about what's happening at Old Trafford as the scouts go around the world trying to negotiate players in. And we've also come up with a new chant. We've also come up with a new chant. This fella...
We haven't come up.
You know what? You should take some credit.
I don't want to take any credit for this.
I said
the credit is all yours, brother.
Really?
You deserve the credit because you came up with this single-handedly. You invented it. It's your baby. I would never plagiarise
the thing is,
get in on it. It's yours.
It's Scotty and Motty. The show is
I
the
am
show
the
name
Ridgely to your George Michael.
No, you're the Bernie Taupin to my Elton John.
No, I am not. I tell you, because everyone's gone with the. This is what I love about you, Scotty. Yeah. Everyone's going with the Rihanna song for Onana in it. Because let's have it right. It looks like the kid's going to turn up at United any day now. So everyone's gone with the Onana now. What's my name or whatever.
Yeah.
And you've looked at that and you've gone, no, come on. We can do better or a lot worse. And that's what you've done. You've gone with a different angle, haven't you?
For better.
For better, obviously.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, come on. If you must.
Right,
Hey?
Get it on the wide. I'm not fucking having a lot of close-up.
yeah. Get it on the single for him. And I'm going to go have a brew. Right,
it goes, give us hope, Onana, give us hope, Onana, give us hope when the fruit...
when the fruit what?
When the fruit on goal.
Right, so...
That's the...
Okay.
Is it Eddie Grant?
I think, give me hope, Joanna.
Yeah.
Give me
hope. Onana, give me hope.
It's Eddie Grant.
Onana, give me hope when the fruit on goal.
Give us hope.
Onana, give us... There you go, see? He's catchy.
It's not... Do you know what? It's not that bad.
Tell me, how does the rest of the... Onana... What does he do?
What's his name? I don't know.
Onana, what's a save? Is that what they do?
Yeah, something like that.
See, I've added to that one as well.
To be fair, those kind of like obvious chants, they come up, don't they, before you get a player or whatever. And then, do you remember like the Januzaj?
What was the Januzaj
Starman,
one?
wasn't it?
Really? I don't know that
do you
one.
remember that one? Well, there was a Januzaj, there's a Starman on the left-hand side. That one. Oh, do you know?
To what tune?
To Starman.
By who?
By
Bowie?
Yeah.
Well, what were you singing?
Well, there was the other one, wasn't there? I want to tell you about
yeah.
About a boy who can do anything. His name is Arnan. He comes from Belgium. That became the one that everyone sort of started singing. Yeah. But the original one, I think, was there's a star man on the left-hand side. He plays for Man United, and his name is Januzaj.
Right.
That was the first one, but then the other one became
off.
More popular. I think so, anyway. So that might be the case for your one, because
I think so.
The Rihanna one is what everyone's been saying on podcasts and stuff and messing about, but no one's sung it yet, have they, at a ground? So
no.
You could start it.
Well, if maybe he can play next. Oh, is it this Wednesday? Probably a push. Maybe I could start it.
Yeah, I mean, you could start it in Oslo.
Yeah.
If any of our Norwegian viewers watching, or anyone who's going over to Oslo for the United versus Leeds game, and you want to give the Eddie Grant version a go,
I think so. The Eddie Grant version in a Norwegian accent.
Yeah, do that. Proper mix it up. If that's your natural accent anyway, then you'll be buzzing. Let us know what you think of Scottish chant. Do you think it's the best chant out of the two Onana ones?
You just throw me right under the bus there.
Well, I don't want to take credit for something I have literally had nothing to do with.
I love that you are completely disassociating yourself with this.
I'm not going to plagiarise.
This
excellent work.
This is what happened when the Beatles released Yellow Submarine, right? Because Ringo wrote it, and George and John and Paul were like, it's a great song, that Ringo, and then step back.
They gave him that, and we're sat here 50 years later talking about the fact that Ringo Starr wrote probably the Beatles' best ever song.
By Ringo Starr. I think he wrote two, didn't he? Did he Octopus's Garden? He's obsessed with C, that man.
He is. He's doing well. Loads of people in the comments. Anna, Heaven Soul, Aaron Shearer, Simon Andrew, Dead Scrolling, King Dino, Jim Mack, Ross Murphy, all in the chat. Jace Parker says, evening Jay, evening Scotty. Ben Sorville says, mad how De Gea didn't get a chant in 12 years, and Onana has about 3 already, and he's not even here yet. De Gea did have a chant.
What was the De Gea chant?
David De Gea.
That's it.
No, there was the other one as well, wasn't there?
I've got a really good David De Gea chant as well. I'm trying to remember.
Everywhere you go, you always say De Gea with you. That was the other one. I couldn't think
Crowded House.
Yeah. So there was that. So you had a couple.
I'm going to look on my Twitter, so put the camera on you while I find my tweet.
Okay. You look on your Twitter. What's this, a De Gea one? Is
this
one of your...
It's a De Gea one.
Is this a Scotty original? A Scotty special?
Yeah, it was called... Remember SL2 on a ragger tip?
Oh, that is a chant. No, that is a De Gea chant. They used to sing it on the bus that Tomo and them lot were on.
I put it on Twitter the other day. Nobody said that it'd already been done.
No, that's
Dave.
Dave. You know, Steve
David,
Armstrong and all them.
Steve
Armstrong and Tomo and all them lot used to sing.
I never heard it on the stands though.
No, it didn't really take off.
Well, the cooler chants are on the bus, and that's why they'll all be singing the Eddie Grant version coming away games next season.
Yes,
you've heard it here first.
That sounds like a good idea.
On the monkey bus.
Let's just keep it on the monkey bus. That'll be great. Santa Notch is in the comments. Says morning Jay in Hoijlund meeting Depeche Mode in a club. 1990. Meeting Jay in Hoijlund, meeting Depeche Mode in a club. 1990. So he's saying he met me in Hoijlund and it was better than when he met Depeche Mode because I was in Hoijlund on Saturday.
I was near your house this morning.
Doing what? Well, we
spoke
spoke about this. What you doing near my house? Playing Fight for This Love.
Trying to fight a frigging UPS driver to get a suitcase that was being ordered of goods. I've got to record my my book.
Right.
And the company, rather than going to a studio, they've let me do it at home. So they've sent this big frigging case, and I've got to build like basically this booth.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did it end up in Eccles?
Because UPS, and there are worse fucking courier services out there. They didn't like the UPS is there in Eccles.
Oh right.
So they messed up the delivery.
Did you get it sorted?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Mrs. always has dramas collecting deliveries. Brenaldino says it's mint SL2. Ian Hamilton says, come on, Jay, get political. I mean, it's been slightly quiet the last week. Lol. If you subscribe to our Patreon, I will put a link in the chat. I get very political on there. There's loads of extra content on there. And me and Scotty had a little bit of chat. We'll have a chat later on anyway about Confetti Gate, didn't we? But it's all on there, so go and have a look on that. There's a link in the chat and there's a link in the description as well. I just want to ask you about David De Gea.
Yep.
Because the debate raging.
Raging debates.
We love raging debates, don't we? About him on socials. He did his farewell post on Saturday afternoon. 12 years, 1 Premier League title, an FA Cup, 2 League Cups, Europa League.
Yeah.
545 appearances. Is it 190, I want to say, clean sheets or something? Give or take. I think the clean sheet record. 2 Golden Gloves. 4 times Player of the Year for Manchester United. 5 times PFA Team of the Year. 2018 FIFA Pro Team of the whatever. Is he a legend? Is he a Manchester United legend?
Yeah, I think so. I think with them stats and the sort of duration that he's kept the number 1 shirt, and whether he kept the number 1 shirt just due to really bad management by the Glazers, because let's not forget, had it not been for a dodgy fax machine, then he wouldn't be at United anymore. You know, so it was down to the wire when he was going to leave, and he wanted that move, because apparently his wife didn't like living in Manchester.
She was one of these real oddballs that thought Madrid was better than Manchester, which is just ridiculous.
It really is.
You know what I mean? Have you ever been to Madrid? It's not a patch on Manchester. Look at the buildings we've got in Manchester. You look at Salford Lads Club. You look at the Spa. Look at the River Irwell, the Manchester Ship Canal.
Yeah. I bet we've got more.
Trafford Centre.
We've got more drug dealers in Piccadilly Gardens than they've got in
the whole of Madrid.
Madrid Gardens.
In that little segment of Manchester, you've got Miss Man United in the chat makes a good point. We've got the drive-through in Greg's. The drive-through Greg's, sorry.
You got a drive-through Greg's
in Earlham. I think that was the country's first ever drive-through.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you think they decided to do it on your doorstep?
Are you trying to insinuate that I was part of their customer base? And
what I'm saying to you is,
put it near him, we'll sell.
Like the country's it's a big country. Why do you think they decided to trial the drive-through in Earlham?
When you want to pioneer something, when you want to,
is that what you do? What else have they pioneered in Earlham?
Where are you going to go? You're going to look on that map of Britain and you go, there's only one place you can go.
Yeah.
And it's a place that is renowned for leading the way in culinary delights.
They say
M44, Earlham.
They say that Earlham is the Broadway of Britain,
Yeah,
if you can
I've
make
heard that
it there,
being said.
you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
If you can make it through there.
Erland, yeah, if you can make it through there, you've done well. So you're saying he is a legend. Because can I give you the counter argument? I've been kind there with the positives. The counter argument might be, and I made both these arguments in 1 week on two separate podcasts.
You're arguing with yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, good lad.
And Alexi, who's our producer tonight, big shout out to Alexi, was kind enough, because usually by day, his day job is our social media guru. He was kind enough to troll me from the Stretford Paddock account by sticking those two videos together just to show how inept I am at my job, because I basically contradicted myself.
You're allowed to change your mind.
Well, this is I like that the way you put that, or just get confused and forget what your opinion is, which is probably more likely. But the point is, I argued one set of arguments, which I've just said to you, like, look at all those things he's done, the positives he's done even this season, which wasn't his greatest, still ended up with a Golden Glove. Then the flip side to it, the other video where I was saying he's probably not a legend, is for me, and you may disagree, brother, 2018 onwards, I don't think he's been that great. I think he's had some good moments, and I think he's had some okay seasons. I don't think he's anywhere near the levels he was pre-World Cup 2018. And also, during that period, I think if we're being brutally honest, you look at some of those big games, the Chelsea semi-final in the FA Cup, the Barcelona away game, Arsenal when we were going for top four, Sevilla in the quarterfinals of the Europa League this season, even the Derby Day final. He's had games in big games where he hasn't been good enough. No,
I agree with you. And like 2018 onwards, it was in decline, wasn't it? I think that's fair to say. But when I look at sort of legends, if you look at goalkeepers through Manchester United's history, he's got to be up there. Alex Stepner, Peter Schmeichel, Van der Sar, and De Gea.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How many goalkeepers have we had? I think I'm pretty sure with all the accolades and games he's played, you've got and the trophies he's won. I think you've got to give him his due. But I think it was a right decision that he's gone. I think the manner in it's gone about. I don't think there's different rumours as to what's actually gone on regarding did he sign the contract at the right time, did the Glazers pull it or whatever. It's just very bad taste, really, and it just makes, again, the mockery of the circus that Manchester United is. But you're right, from 2018, his stock has been dropping. And I look at when it comes to the end of every season, I put plays into three categories. So it's like, did you talk about them a lot in a positive light? Were they known throughout the season? Did you really like a McTominay? Nobody, middle ground? Or were they spoke about more in a negative light? And you got to say De Gea, despite the irony is, didn't he win clean sheets for the year? But you'll remember the howlers that he made this the game where he was drunk against the post, or the FA Cup. Yeah, do you know what I mean? They're the sort of clangers. That's when you need your keeper to be shit hot.
Yeah, I agree, and I think some of those games, like Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, springs to mind. The game was there to be won. You know what I mean? And you just say a better performance from the goalkeeper. We could have had a fighting chance there, and it's a shame because he's got it in him. He's a great player. Yeah, he's been a great player. But I just don't know. He seems to suffer this drop off in confidence, and it just really seems
that
to
World Cup. That World Cup when he got dropped from the World Cup, when he had that. But then Spain get battered 4-0 or something.
Was it the Portugal game?
Yeah,
there was the free kick from Ronaldo.
I don't think his career's ever recovered from that game.
And I always say this about the thing with the Spanish game is as well. When you're playing for Spain, and what happened with him is sometimes if you're a Real Madrid player, you'll have the pro sort of Real Madrid publications and press and fans behind you, back you and stick up for you.
They're very partisan, aren't they?
Yeah, same with Barcelona. If you play for Barcelona, the Barca fans, the Barca media, the Catalonia press or whatever, will all be behind you. If you play for Manchester United and you play for Spain, you ain't got any of that. You ain't got any friendly press over in Spain. No one's backing you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're getting it from both angles.
Yeah, you're getting it because there'll be like Barcelona fans, Real Madrid fans, the press all over Spain who haven't really got any love for you. And he was still he wasn't an established star in that Spanish team. It'd been, was it Casillas?
Casillas,
who he took over from. So it was not like you go, oh, well, he's...
And they were big boots to fill, though.
Yeah, of course they were. And then the drop-off is such that now I think, is he like fourth in the pecking order? I don't think he gets in the squad. And he's 31, 32.
But that's the thing, and again, that should be an alarm bell to Manchester United. So Manchester United should not be having the fourth choice international goalkeeper. I don't care where they play.
I mean, people like Robert. Is it Robert Sanchez who's at Brighton was ahead of him?
Do you know what I mean? So should we have number one for a player who can't get in his international team? No, we shouldn't. So I think it's the right time. A little bit weird how it's all gone about, but I mean, you can't forget the fact that he was going to leave to go to Real Madrid, but the stats speak for themselves, and we spoke about it on me and Joe on Round Our Way on Stretford Paddock last week, and they say like the video like lambasting and sort of lampooning his mistakes. Yeah, like 12 years, do you know what I mean? You could make them sort of videos off anybody, and I just think if you're a United fan, what's the benefit of doing that? He's gone, it's just weird.
I get that some people that just, that's their thing. They do videos.
It was a 90-minute video.
But 90 minutes on someone who's left.
And being good at the club, you know? It's not his fault. It's not his fault he maintained having the number one spot. He's not going to go, you know what, I feel like I'm not up to this job anymore.
Yeah. That's another point. It's a good point. I mean, other than I think there was, whatever it was, 6 months, whatever, when Dean Henderson was the preferred choice under Ollie. Other than that little spell, there's never been anyone who's, I think, since Fergie bought him, he gave Anders Lindegaard a bit of a go at one point, and then that was the end of that. Yeah. But he's pretty much been the mainstay, and that's the reason he's got 45 appearances, for the club. So I just feel like, even if you don't feel he's been good enough for the last 5 years, you can at least respect
what he's done,
his achievements, what he's done. And I don't think it was handled particularly well. We were talking about this on Paddock, like, he put out a statement on Twitter. There was no sort of farewell properly in the last game of the season at Old Trafford. It just seemed a bit messy, and this idea of giving him a contract, taking it back, even if there was a reason behind it, the optics didn't look great.
Yeah,
I kept saying. Loads of people in the chat. Raf22 says, Jay, for me, if David De Gea left in 2018, he'd have left a legend, but I just can't ignore the sheer volume of mistakes and blundered since then in big cup games. Gdansk was low. That was the Villarreal game, wasn't it, in the Champions League, the Europa League final. Yeah. I don't blame him for missing a penalty. I think that's by the by.
He's made bigger mistakes.
I blame him for not saving some of them penalties. He should have saved a few of them.
Can we just say before you read the rest of the comments, can you please make sure you're subscribing to the channel, please? We're trying to get the numbers up, and the correlation between new viewers and subscribers is going up every single week. We was on like 37% last week, so if we could try and get more subscribers. If you're watching, it costs you nothing. We do this for nothing, so we appreciate any support out there. And back to Jay with the comments.
Thank you, Professor. Very well done then. Good vibes, John. John Shin's in the house. He says, put some damn respect on Earlham and Eccles. Well said, John. I FaceTimed John from Eccles the other day. Eccles bus station. He was loving it. He lives in New York, so he's not seen a bus station like that. He was amazed.
Was he really?
He was like, wow, you live in like the proper hub of transport in the world. He's like, we don't have anything like that in New York. When I showed him like Eccles sort of promenade, he was just beside himself with jealousy.
Does he feel like he's looking back in time?
Nostalgic, yeah.
They still pull buses by horse in
and car.
What's that?
Coal. Things are powered by coal. What's going on here? You can pay for goods with fruit.
Yeah. Swapping goods for oats.
Yeah, like Mank Mike 93 says, evening lads, hope you well. Just caught up on the podcast from earlier. Great show as always. Thank you for your support. J Billy Josh says, you don't treat so-called family like they have. Oh, where's that? I can't find it. There was one. Simon Andrews says, cartwheeling Bertie appeasing ex-Villa player and worst retiree in football history. The Ric Flair of football, that Peter Schmeichel.
Oh, is that Simon Andrew?
I think that's...
He always trolls me about when I met Alex Ferguson.
Why?
Sir Alex. Because I don't know, like I always dine out on it. Always on Twitter. I think I mentioned it
dine
twice.
Out too much. I mean, thankfully, when I interviewed Sir Alex Ferguson, I don't like to bring it up all the time. But you probably don't even know I did it.
Yeah, but you interviewed him. Like I actually like sat down and had a conversation and met with him.
Yeah, but I made him laugh with my questions. They were funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So me and Fergie shared a laugh, practically Bezzies. You were there. You were eating next to him. You know, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I've texted him my
joy to his life.
I texted him the idea for the Onana song.
Did you?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Blocked.
Did he say, how the fuck have you got my number? Leave me alone. We've spoke about this before. I had to change my phone twice. So you're saying legend? I'm saying legend. What are you saying? How are you sitting on the fence? I don't know now. This is the third time I've answered this question. It's probably my third different answer. You can't half and half scarf it. I'll say he's a bigger legend than Peter Schmeichel.
Yes, we'll go with that.
That's what I'll say. I wanted to ask you about Andre Onana because I found out something about Onana today. Yesterday that I didn't realise.
Go on.
And I'm amazed at this. I've watched him play.
For Ajax.
I don't even know.
Yeah, he's a good keeper.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I've literally been at a game when he's been in goal.
Right, okay.
I didn't know that until yesterday.
Did it make you feel any different about signing him?
Well, now I love him. Get him. He's mint.
Do you think?
Because actually, when I watched him in 2017, the Europa League final, I said to my mate, United should get him in 2023. I think David De Gea by that time will be ready to go.
Yeah.
And I think Andre Onana by that time will have progressed to the point where he's essential for Manchester United. And if we get him, we'll probably win the league.
They don't call you Mystic Motty for nothing.
They don't, do they?
No.
So I didn't know he was in net for Ajax, and someone pointed it out, and I Googled
this is Ten Hag going back and buying his old boys again, isn't it?
Yeah, why not? Why not just buy everyone
Can
who's
you
ever played
imagine
for Ajax or against them?
Anyone who's played under Ten Hag, when it gets to about May, they're like, I have to start playing some decent games here.
Yeah,
Eric might get like,
This
land it with Tadic next year.
Decent Tadic, Do you know what I mean? Well, we're linking with everyone, weren't we? We're linked with Hakim Ziyech. The odd thing is as well, we've got Donny van der Beek, who he did play for, and he's not really got much of a looking as he, mind you, did get injured.
Yeah.
So but De Jong, that was non-stop. We obviously bought Martinez. Ericsson was at Ajax for a bit when he in the reserves, I think.
Yeah.
Malassi obviously played against him rather than for him, but he brought him in. Andy played for him. Onana has played for him.
That Amrabat that we're linked with, he gave him his debut at Utrecht. So there's a few,
I love that.
But that shows that the manager's making all the moves in his players that he wants to sign, whereas in the past when we've been signing Galacticos for stupid money and paying ridiculous wages and getting now out of them, it's nice that he's been more hands-on with the signings. Obviously, maybe there's a lack of trust.
What, from him with the scouting department? Scouting's not even a word. Scouting department. That's where we go. We're always scouting our players. We are the scouting department. Not the scouting department, because that doesn't exist.
So he wondered, like, when he came, how much ownership he wanted, how much control he wanted to have over signings. Because I don't remember that. Because if you look at Jose Mourinho's tenure.
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 He didn't like the English pounds.
The scouting department.
Hey, what is going on in this podcast?
Ye olde English. We started talking like they do in Earlham.
Oh, wow. When M44 Massive will be on for you. It was a rumour, wasn't it, or a report, or a story, whatever you'll call it, that when he went for the job, he did say that I want to have sort of a firm hand in transfers. Now, what I gather is, and this isn't me being ITK, I think this has been reported in various outlets, is that him and John Murtaugh have to both sign off on players.
Right,
I think.
okay.
So, like, John Murtaugh can't just say, right, you're having him. And he can't just say, I'm buying this player without John Murtaugh's sign.
Is that the same with the departures then, do you think? Do you think that might have been the confusion with De Gea, where John Murtaugh's offered him a contract and Ten Hag? Because that was one of the rumours that came out. Ten Hag might have said, no, we're not having any of this.
Yeah, I think if you're the manager, which obviously Eric Ten Hag is, and you're saying, I don't want that player. I don't want him to play. He's not going to play for me because I need another goalkeeper. He's not good enough. Then I don't understand, though. I can't see a way in which the director of football has the ability to overrule you and go, well, you are picking him, because then you're not the manager anymore, are you? And I think that Eric Ten Hag doesn't strike me as the type of player, or the type of manager, or coach, who would stomach that, who would put up with someone telling him who he's going to have and who he's going to have to pick, because us, the goalkeeper, it's not like you're saying, oh, here's a right back, and you go, I've got another right back, so you're saying, well, Delo's on a new deal, well, I fancy Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but Delo can be back up, fair enough. De Gea is probably going to be your number one, because he ain't going to want to stay at the club, or he presumably won't want to stay and be number two. If you're saying, nah, he's not going to be number one because he's not good enough, then it's time for him to move on. It's just curious to me whether these rumours were true that Ten Hag was willing to have him at the club or keep him at the club up until the cup final, and that's what changed things. Because I always thought that if you've watched De Gea under Eric Ten Hag this season, despite the fact he got all those clean sheets, you can see he struggles with his system. And for that to be the tipping point, the last game of the season, seems slightly odd.
It doesn't. When De Gea's come out to sort of distribute with his feet, it's not natural. You can see it in his body language, the way he sort of, you know, when your kids want to go to kick a ball and they're like jittering around at what they're going to do. most goalkeepers are quite natural and fluid with the movement, where if you look at De Gea's distribution, it's always like a thought-through process rather than, it's part of their ability. And I think it was evident last year last season under 10 that he wasn't going to be able to play the sort of system he does. What do you think of Onana, though? Because I've only ever seen YouTube clips of him or bits on Twitter where it's just him flying out of his box. I've literally not seen him make one save.
Did you know what was the Champions League final?
What? Who was in it?
Inter Milan versus Manchester City.
So you just answered your own question? No.
Oh, right.
Why would I watch that?
No, I thought you might. Just want a bit of,
Was he good?
Masochism. I thought he played well, Onana, yeah. I thought he did really well. I don't think he was one of the reasons they lost. That was a good finish by Rodriguez. I don't think there's much he could have done about it. He had a very good game. You can't take too much away from one game, but it's a Champions League final. And we were just talking earlier on about David De Gea not turning up in big games.
Yeah,
you don't
of course.
get much bigger than a Champions League final, and the kid did himself justice. And he was very confident, was carrying the ball out a lot. A lot of the clips you've seen on social media, I've seen, I presume you're the same from what you've said, are of him coming out of his area, dribbling with the ball, playing like 60-yard passes. Obviously, very, very comfortable with his feet. But he made some. I think pretty sure he made some saves in the Champions League final. And, obviously he does make saves. I just think that the narrative is building around him being great with his feet. So the people that are probably clipping up
more reasons
David
to
De Gea memes or whatever, are
the
ones clipping up Andre Onana, doing bits with his feet. But listen, I can't imagine the kid's a disaster with his hands.
It looks like it's going to be a done deal, though. I think we can both say that he's more than likely going to end up with Man United, and if the rumours are true.
Should we see the late? Romano's been all over this.
Yeah, it's going to be about 50 million ballpark, and if you look at Mason Mount, that was 50 million. We're going to be close to around 100 million spent in a transfer window where we only had rumoured, what was it, 130 to 150 million to spend?
About 130 million.
So I was there, it broke earlier on today with, Kieran Maguire came out and said, if United do get new owners and they invest money as dividends into the club, then Manchester United could have up to £90 million more in the transfer window up until end of August.
Really?
That's if we get them in before the transfer window closes, but that's not looking too hopeful at the moment because it's all gone quiet on that front.
Yeah, I think that, like you say, the clock is ticking to get them in to have any effects on this window.
But we can't. If we've got 130 million, we can't buy anyone now.
He's got to sell to buy.
Yeah, because who are you buying for 30 million that's worth the salt?
Well, that's it. I think if we do get Onana, which is likely we are going to do, then to get in Hoijlund, who seems like the next target, you probably have to shift someone on unless there's some deals already in the pipeline we're not aware of where he's already got a buyer for certain players. It's just not been made public. I'd be surprised because Manchester United, anything we do usually is all over the papers at least a week before it happens.
There's a few of them though that couldn't find a club in the McVitie's factory though, don't you think?
Nice. Like who? Right, let's do this, right? So there's 13 players that United...
Right, let people in the comments. Who do you think will stay or who do you think should leave Manchester United? It's 13 players. Read them out.
Right, so we had Chris Wheeler on the other day and he was talking about this. He did an article not long ago saying that 13 players, Man United are open to some big name departures, up to as many as 13 players for sale. However, some of them are not for sale. They're willing to listen to offers. So I'm going to give you a player and you can say whether you think it's for sale, listen to offers, or could go at the right price. Those are the three options he's put on his article.
What's the difference?
Right,
you're
actively trying to get rid of someone.
Oh, right, yeah.
Someone comes in and goes, I'll give you an okay price for someone. You go, all right. Someone comes in and wows you with an offer.
Right, yeah.
So, for sale, will listen to offers, could go at the right price.
Okay.
I'll go through this list. Donny van der Beek.
For sale.
Yeah. Fred.
For sale.
Ilanga.
Will listen to offers. Sale.
I'd
have said for sale, but I thought I read something earlier on where he's might have a chance at United next season. I'd sell him. Go on.
Yeah, I think the price. All right, let's also. How much do you think you're going to get for Donny van der Beek?
£2. Right, 15 mil.
Yeah, they've got 20. Fred.
100 mil, 120 mil.
No, you genuinely believe
I'd
that?
probably say about 30 mil.
They've got him down as 20, but I think they said to Fulham, didn't they? Because he's 30 and he's got 1 year left on his contract.
Maybe 20 mil then.
20 mil is probably the reason behind it. Elanga?
10?
They've got 20, but I think
20 mil?
The thing is, he's still young and he's only 20. So that goes in your
I've seen absolutely nothing to suggest that he's a top player.
I think we've ruined him. I genuinely think
I don't think we ruined him. I just don't think he's very good.
Well, I don't think playing him week in, week out when he was had no form helped. Because under Ralph Rangnick, he was just getting picked every week. You're like, why you keep picking this kid? He's obviously got no confidence, no form, and you're throwing him in every week ahead of Marcus Rashford. It was bizarre. Hannibal Mejbri.
For sale?
Harry Maguire.
For sale.
Apparently, it's will listen to offers.
Apparently, did you see his PR team doing the rounds yesterday? Harry Maguire has been training 3 times a day for the last 3 weeks. Well done, lad.
Captain, leader, legend.
Well, he's not captain anymore, is he?
Oh, ex-captain, leader, legend. He doesn't need the armband. Scott
when
McTominay.
He's sat on the bench, he doesn't. Go on. Scott McTominay will listen to offers.
Yeah. How much do you think for Maguire?
50 mil less, I reckon they'll get for him.
40 mil is what they're hoping for. McTominay?
See, I think you might get better. 30 mil, I'd say, for McTominay.
40 mil. But I reckon you could probably get away with 30 mil if someone came in. Sancho?
Would listen to offers.
Could go at the right price.
Right, okay.
So I think someone's got to come in and go, 45 million they're saying here. Sorry.
45 million?
For Sancho? Well, it was only 2 years ago.
That's half. That's a big drop, though.
I don't know. A little bit like the Romelu Lukaku scenario. You remember when we bought Lukaku for 79 million and we sold him like 2 seasons later for 60 odd?
Yeah.
I think they might just think, you know what, if someone comes in and we can get 2/3 of our money back or whatever it is.
I'd give Sancho another season personally.
He's looking pretty, I mean, pictures don't tell you anything, but he's looking quite lean in the training pictures that have been published today. He's been accused of putting on a bit of timber in the past, hasn't he?
Maybe. I just think when you look at Rashford's season, not this one gone, one before, then dip of form for what many a reason, that could be the same with Sancho, and maybe try and give him a full season where his head's in the right place and his fitness. I don't see any harm. We'll get 45 mil next year for him. I don't see the difference.
Do you think? Do you think if he has another bad season, you still get 45 for him?
Yeah, he's still a young lad, isn't he? He'll get in the English squad. I imagine Dortmund would take him back.
Apparently, they were linked with him, but they wanted a loan move in United. I was like, not happening. Anthony Martial.
For sale.
This could go at the right price. I mean,
what?
I find that bizarre. I think that's lack of strikers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I think once we get someone in, then Anthony Martial.
Because at the minute, he's probably our only out-and-out number 9. Because Marcus isn't a number 9, and neither's... you look at the other options you've got. Who are they? Is it Shoretere? Hugill, who's a kid. McNeil, who's a kid. Dean Henderson.
He's for sale, isn't it?
I thought he was. I thought we'll listen to offers.
I thought that was going through the Forest deal.
Well, apparently Forest are in for him, and I always thought that was the biggest tap-in we've got. They want him. We're happy to sell him. I think, though, again, this might be a case of until we get Onana in.
They don't, because it's
you can't have just Tom Eaton on his own and Nathan Bishop as your only goalkeepers. Alex Telles
for sale.
Yeah, 10 million they've got here.
How many years has he got in his contract?
I don't know. It's a bit surprising they've got to put him that. Eric Bailly.
How long's it? I forgot about him.
No, that says it all out, doesn't it?
I like Eric Bailly.
I like him, but
I wouldn't have him in my team.
The physio doesn't.
Yeah.
Don't leave him alone.
Imagine being the physio between him. It's Phil Jones 1 week, Eric Bailly.
It's just relentless, isn't it? Do you remember when them two played together as well? It was Bayern Jones, wasn't it, for a little while?
Bayern Jones.
This is like a detective series.
Yeah, sell.
Yeah, do you know how much they want for him, apparently?
25 mil.
Mate, he wishes. 2 million.
That's all they want. He must only have a year in his contract.
So injury prone now, isn't
it?
It's a horrendous injury record. Brandon Williams.
I quite like Brandon Williams, but I think with Malacia and Shaw, I think he's for sale.
Yeah. How much?
10.
They've gone for 5, but you could see 10 kind of makes sense. Also, free agents who just out the door: Phil Jones, Axel Tuanzebe, Ethan Galbraith, and Dishon Bernard. And also, this article was before.
Have they done how much that's all worth if they were to sell them all? I'll not put you on the spot to go all Vorderman.
No, I mean I can try and do some quick maths. So 6, 7, 8, 85, 90.
Just trying to work out how much more we'd have coming in.
If we got rid of all that, there'd be about 180 million for the prices they've got.
We're not getting rid of all.
Well, you're not going to get like Harry Maguire's 40 million, Scott McTominay 40 million, Dean Henderson 20 million. So there's 100 million straight away. Then Donny van der Beek, Fred Ilanga, all 20 million. There's 160 million. Mejbri 30 million. Alex Telles 10 million. So there's 183 million. It ain't happening that way.
I'd be
great if it did.
I'd be amazed if he sold half of them.
I think the problem you've got is just the contracts are on. I mean, obviously,
I think you'll see a lot. I think you'll see a lot of them go out on loan deals.
I think you're right, might be right. Hit that like button, please. Almost 500 people watching.
Man.
So let's get some likes in the gaff. Subscribing does cost nothing. You can subscribe to the channel for free. If you want some extra content, that's on our Patreon. There's a link in the chat. That does cost a little bit each month, but it's well worth it. You get loads of extra content there. Loads of comments. I'll get into some of them because I was going through all that. Miss Man United says I'd pay for Maguire to go. Rybags1986 says PMSL 40 mil for Maguire and people moaned about 50 million for Mount. 40 million is daylight robbery. Simon David says I like Fred a lot, so I think he should stay.
I'd keep Fred.
I know you would. You'd make him captain and rename the South Stand after him.
He could replace De Gea. He's so good.
Barbara Slutweg says, hey guys, can you... Great show. Can you shout out to my friend Don Key Dick?
Mr. Donkey, right.
So it's Don, one
Yeah.
word, and Key Dick. Don
Key Dick.
She's had us over there, hasn't she?
Wow.
You've done us there. Daniel Gray says, problem we've got is our sales. Team couldn't sell water to a fella who's been in the desert for weeks.
Yes, very good.
It's accurate, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are the worst club at selling ever.
I told you when you were doing, we talk about this the other week, you should go around, get your shiny suit on.
Just sell them a few.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want a
What,
Ballon d'Or?
yeah.
Do you want a Ballon d'Or nominee? Do you want one of the pivotal players in one of the most exciting teams Europe has produced in the last 10 years? Then I've got a Donny van der Beek for you.
You should stand outside Old Trafford and get like a barrow, like one of them barrow boys from the West End.
Yeah.
Line up, line up.
Right, what's that accent? What was that? That was like something off Lord of the Rings. It's like some monster. Line up. What?
Fuck off. You were doing New York. What with that Cornish accent?
I was trying to your accent.
Line up.
What? What?
Honestly, like that's the one. Yeah.
Apples and pears and all that.
What's the line out of Lock, Stock? Cry. You.
Are you all right?
It's all gone wrong.
Hey, what you on about? What's the line from Lock, Stock? Go on.
We're talking about like cry when the man with the deals passes you by. Do you remember?
Right at the beginning, yeah. Oh, do you know what? I know what you mean, but I can't remember.
Terrible.
Harry Gibson has asked this several times, so we need to answer it.
Yes, come on, Harry.
James Young finally got the sack? Question mark. Has Scotty finally got rid of James Young? Someone else was asking.
Right. Well,
again.
due to company policy, we're not allowed to discuss this, are we? In terms of his contracts and stuff. And we promised that we wouldn't mention anything to do why he's not here. If it's anything to do with sort of the night he might have got up to outside of the office. So he may return, he may not. But at the moment, we've got producer Lexi, and he's managed to swing between me and Jay like the police in the 90s.
Nice. Nicely done there. Where's that? James Hunsinger says, Axel breaks my heart. The lad had so much potential. Yeah, Tuanzebe. He had a chant, didn't he?
Yeah. No, don't know. Did he?
Yeah, Tuanzebe.
I like that. That's a good
Axel. Yeah.
It's always the ones you never take off that have the best songs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Cavani was a good one.
Cavani, yeah, he had that one season, didn't he, where he was great, and then the next season was a disaster.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else has had. Roy Keane had a chant, didn't do anything.
No.
United.
I like Nicky Butts.
Nicky Butt never achieved anything in his career.
What did Paul Scholes? He
Scholes didn't do anything, did he? Another one, yeah.
What was the Beckham chant? Did Beckham have a chant? Like probably the most famous footballers play for United. All things considered.
Was it? There's only one David Beckham.
That's shite. That's pathetic.
I feel like
really.
It was. I forget. I should know. I can't remember. It was like Brian Robson. That was the same thing.
There must be loads of things that rhymed with Beckham.
Yeah.
Peckham.
Nice. I love the fact you just went for the most obvious one.
Wreckham. Tekken.
I can't call this podcast could be the death of me. Miss Man United says Fellaini's song was mint. There was another one. There was a Fellaini song that started off on the bus as well, and a few of them used to sing.
How did that go?
I can't remember. How was it?
Don't tell me that your missus doesn't sing it every night.
He's Fellaini. Every woman and every man. Join the marijuana of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
That's
He's Fellaini. He's Fellaini, don't you know? Yeah, that was it. But I think that was one from the bus as well. I don't think it took off. Because I think the Everton fans used to have the Owen Hargreaves chant for Fellaini.
Right, okay.
You remember the Owen Hargreaves?
Right.
I'd let you shag my wife. Owen Hargreaves, I won't curl your hair too.
Here's a question.
Go on.
To remove the thought of Owen Hargreaves shagging someone's wife. When you sign a player, should you take the chant? Or should you create your own?
I think you should always create your own.
Right, I think so as well. And that's why we can't have that Onana, because the Inter fans sing it for I'm going to pretend that they do. So we can get give me hope. Oh.
Like, if that's the case, if Inter, because I hate that. I hate when we get
So are you going to sing it then? The Eddie Grant version.
I'm going to be in the TRA. First game, me and Alexi's a TRA member. We've decided. Did you get in the TRA? It's all gone a bit political now, isn't it? Well, not political. It's not. Sorry?
I've got in for some of them. Some of them have not been successful.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not open and shut now. You get in, is it? It's difficult. So are you in for the first one?
Yeah.
Right, the first one, me and Alexi are both in there. So we'll go in there. We'll print off some song sheets, give them out to the lads and lasses. Say, this is...
It's not difficult. I mean, if you two just start it off and like maybe give it a bit of a sway.
I'm not leaving this to chance.
Oh, yeah,
right.
thanks.
So this out.
Make sure you put
sheets.
by Scotty and Motty. And Motty.
Yeah,
and Motty.
Right, we'll dish them out, and then, as you often do when I start
I can't believe you threw me under the bus.
Everyone, wait, ready, go.
Right.
And then we'll all sing, give me hope, Onana, hope, Onana,
hope, Onana, when the through on goals. It's so bad, it's good, and that's what chants should be. I'm not after a freaking, Ivan Novello.
Right.
Eddie Grant will be doing that in concert. Is he still with us?
I'm not saying, do you know what I was going to say? I'm glad you asked, because I was going to say Eddie Grant will be turning his grave. And then I thought that might be a really horrible thing to say about someone who's not passed away. And he hasn't, he's still alive.
He's still on Electric Avenue.
Yeah, nice. I don't know any of the songs the two you've mentioned now, so I'm at a loss to join in with those puns. Right, yeah. I don't want to dance was his other one.
How do you not know? You must have known.
I don't want to dance with me, baby, no more. Yes. Maybe we can make a chant out of
that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
That'll be the challenge for next week.
Come up with a chant from an Eddie Grant song. Yeah, that's your own work.
There we go.
Yeah.
Grant chant.
Grant chant.
No,
yeah.
Grant chant.
Grant chant. Sorry, I wonder what you're on about.
Hashtag Grant chant. James isn't even here.
Big shout out to Alexi. Thank you for producing this absolute shambles. Not your fault, it's been a shambles, it's our fault. Thanks to everyone who got involved. If you're not doing, hit subscribe as well. Subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're not done, check out our Patreon. There's a link in the chat for the Patreon. You pay a few quid each month and you get loads of extra content. We'll be back. We've got a JMQ's coming out later on tonight as well for the patrons. We'll be back next week on the same time, Monday, 7 o'clock. We'll be chatting about all things Manchester United. We're also going to do some extra vids on this channel as well. We'll do some more in real life stuff.
Behind the scenes, we're doing
Sammy
for
again.
patrons.
We'll get Sammy on again
yeah.
and chat to him about addiction and stuff. So we'll be doing some sort of podcast around that as well, because I know we usually do that and it's always an important topic conversation. But for now, it's been about Manchester United and give me hope, Onana. He could be coming to Old Trafford
Onana,
very soon.
Hope,
that's been Scotty.
Onana, give me hope when the fruit.